Welcome back, everybody. And the first thing I want to do is apologize for lying in the last video, part one of this. I said that I had part two already shot. I just needed to put it together, and I would probably put it together before I went on my long race, and I did not do that. Now, months later, I am struggling trying to put part two together. I'm having to relearn everything that I shot. So I don't know if I would be better off just to reshoot it or not. I don't know. I'm shooting this intro before I even put the rest of it together. So I'll have part two here in a few minutes. But I was going to give everybody an update. As you can see, I'm still where I left off last time, but I still have a lot of the troubleshooting done, and I just need to do some cleanup and what have you. I was going to give you an update on my race. This is in November. I did the race in July, and here's a picture of me at the beginning. We started in Dorena Landing, Missouri. It's a 314-mile foot race, and so started in Dorena Landing, had to cross the ferry, and then wind my way across Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, and finish in Georgia 314 miles later. I did finish, and here's a picture of the finish. You have to touch a rock on a mountain in Georgia. So 314 miles later, I did it. It took me 8 days, 17 hours, 42 minutes, and 21 seconds to go from Missouri to Georgia. And it was self-supported. I had no assistance other than what I could carry or take with me. Okay? So, apologize for telling you the yarn there, but I'm going to try to put this back together and get this series back on the road again. So I appreciate your patience. Okay, oscillator coil number 8. Now this is a trimmer cap that's on the back, and so is number 12, number 7 and 12. And so we should be able to connect to this terminal and this terminal and check, and that winding should be 2.83 ohms, thereabouts. Let me show you where these are located at on the schematic. Okay, this may be hard to see, but here's number 12. This is the back panel. You can see there's 4 trimmers in the back. And here's number 12, and then number 7 is right there. So we should be able to connect between those two and check that one terminal. We've connected to number 12 on this side. The bottom side of 12 is grounded, so it's just to ground here. Then here's number 7. This side, it goes to the plate of one of the 36 tubes, so the other side, it's hard for me to get down in here, so I'm tracing this out, and it will go to this terminal right here. Now it's showing right at 18 ohms where it's supposed to be 2.83. Now it's dropping down a little bit more. It's a little bit high, but I'm just wondering if that's, I don't know. It's kind of odd. It's kind of odd. All right, let's go on. At least it's not open. We'll leave this one connected to number 12. And then this wire coming through the chassis, it goes to the trimmer capacitor on the main tuning condenser for the oscillator coil, and it connects here. And it should be reading 2.4, but it's reading 4.5, so at least it's not open. I went on the Philco forum and found an article, and the guy he had a real good layout of this. He numbered this 2 and 4, and I'll show you a picture of it. He had it laid out and had the coil laid out in very good demonstration. His concern was he was reading 17 from here to here. That's exactly what I read. And he was reading 5. He was thinking this was 24, but he was getting them all confused in the thread. This was 17, this was close to 5, and I think mine was 17 and close to 4 something there. His was open there, so I think he had an earlier model than mine. But I did find, and the explanation is the resistance is not that important. It has to do with the matter of frequency and the resonant frequency of it. So this will vary, and I've seen that in other radios also. I want to check this particular coil, and if you look, I should be able to connect to the capacitor 5, and that's a 10K number 6 resistor. That's a 10K. So I should be able to connect there and pin 4 of the tube and find it. But 5 and 6 shows that it's right here at the opening of the coil itself. Let's swing up here now. And if you'll look, there's nothing there. But what I believe that it's in the very top up in there. So what I'm going to do, since it's to ground here, if I were to go to pin 4 and check that to ground, I should get on the order of 10K plus 6 ohms. I really can't tell what the resistance of this coil is, but I can tell if it's, I should be able to tell if it's open if I go to pin 4 and to ground. Okay, connect that to ground, get my other lead. This is the tube. Here's pin 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm reading 9.5K on the cathode, which that probably is showing that the coil has continuity, and it must be in that can. Okay, connect that to ground, get my other lead. This is the tube. Here's pin 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm reading 9.5K on the cathode, which that probably is showing that the coil has continuity, and it must be in that can. Let's check the IF transformer. This coil here should be reading about 45 ohms or so. This is the plate of the 36 tube. We can connect it to that, which will be pin 2 to it. And then the other is down on resistor 11, but if you trace it on out, you see that it's on the filter rectifier number 35, the B+. So we can just connect it there and check it, and we should have 45 ohms or so. Got that one connect it up. Let's go to pin 2, 1, 2, and connect it there. And we're getting 43 ohms. So the primary of that IF is good. Okay, we can check between, there's 17 again. We can check, of course that's ground side. We can go to the other side of that to get on this particular end of the coil. And we can go all the way down here to 18, which is the regenerative control. And we can check from here to here all the way. So that'll tell us if both those coils are good. Connect on 17. The other end of this is the ground, and then this is 18, the regenerative control. And what are we looking for? Right around 50, 55 plus 3 or so. So what, 58, 59 ohms or so. And we're getting 53. That's a total of both of those coils. Now, that doesn't mean the coils are good. It just means they're not open. The one that concerns me is the primary of the oscillator coil. It's reading 17 where it should be 2.83. I'm going to go on ARF and see if anybody has run into that before. But all in all, it looks like everything is good in this radio. So definitely going to have to disassemble it to clean this mess up, get it in the shape I want it to. It's going to be a little while. I've got this other radio in line, but by the time you see this video, I will have everything moved out, and then we'll start this project. All right, it appears that everything is electrically good at this point in time. It doesn't mean all that much, but so what's left? Some more disassembly, clean up. Definitely got to do some cleanup before we really get into it any further. So that's where we're going with this. I apologize again for it taking so long. Going through all the video that I had already shot previously, they weren't necessarily in order because of the research and various things. So it took me a little while to put it back together, but hopefully we're in the cold weather. My running, most of it's done for the season, and so maybe I can concentrate on this a little bit more. And the cabinet, won't be working on the finish, but as you remember, the cabinet needs some structural, so I think we can do some repairs on it. We may not do the finish on it, but I think we can do some of the repairs. So appreciate your patience, and from Larry from the hills of Tennessee, thanks for watching.